Surat Al-Hijr, the rock city. In the name of Allah, the kind, the caring. Alif, Lam, Ra. These are the verses of a majestic book, the clear Quran. One day the disbelievers will wish they had submitted to Allah's will. Now they can eat and enjoy themselves with long hopes distracting them. Soon they will come to know the truth. We have never destroyed a town until its appointed time. No town can go beyond its appointed time, nor can they delay it. They said, Messenger, you are certainly mad. If you are telling the truth, why don't you bring angels? We only send angels with the task to destroy them, in which case they would not be spared. We revealed the reminder and we are its protectors. We sent messengers to the ancient communities before you, and they mocked every messenger who came to them. That is how we ease the way of disbelief into the hearts of the sinners. They will not believe in the truth despite knowing the example of what happened to previous generations. Even if we opened a gate for them in the sky through which they could climb up, they would say, our eyes are deceived, we've been bewitched. We positioned constellations of stars in the sky, making it beautiful for the onlookers, and protected it from every doomed demon, except those who try to eavesdrop and are chased away by the fiery flame of a shooting star. We have spread out the earth, set mountains on it, and grew all kinds of plants and animals in a balanced ecosystem. And we made livelihood on earth for you and others you don't provide for. There is no living thing for which we don't have storehouses, which we release in known quantities. We send winds to cross-pollinate the flowers, rain from the sky which you drink. You have no control over the water wells. We give life and death, and we are the heirs of all things. We know those who went before you, we know those who will come after you, and He is your Lord, who will gather all, the wise, the knower. We created the first human from dried clay out of dark mud, before which we created the jinn from smokeless fire. Remember when your Lord said to the angels, I am creating a human with dried clay out of dark mud. Once I have shaped and blown my spirit into him, then prostrate before him. So all the angels prostrated, except Iblis, who refused to prostrate. Allah said, Iblis, why didn't you prostrate? He replied, I am not prepared to prostrate before a human you created with dried clay out of dark mud. Allah said, then leave, you shall be pelted with stones. My curse will be on you until Judgment Day. Satan asked, my Lord, grant me respite until the day they are resurrected. Allah said, you are granted respite until the date of appointed time. Satan said, my Lord, since you have left me to go astray, I will make life on earth attractive to them and lead them astray, except some of your chosen servants. Allah said, this is a straight path that leads to me. You shall have no control over my servants, except the misled ones who chose to follow you. The promised destiny for all of them is hell, with its 7 gates, each gate receiving its allotted share. The mindful will be in gardens with fountains. They will be invited. Enter paradise in peace and safety. We shall remove any grudges they had in their hearts towards others, making them brothers. Relaxing on sofas face to face, they will never feel tired nor be expelled from it. Tell my servants, I am the forgiver, the kind, but my punishment is painful. Tell them about Ibrahim's guests. When they came to him saying, peace, he answered, we're afraid of you. The angels said, don't be afraid. We bring you good news of a scholarly son. He said, you brought me good news when old age has caught up with me? What good news have you brought me? They said, don't despair, we bring you good news. He said, only the misguided despair of the Lord's kindness. He then asked, messengers, what's your mission? They told him, we've been sent to destroy the sinner's community, but we'll save Lut's family, except his wife, who will remain behind. When the angels came to Lut's house, he said, "You're strangers for me." They said, "We brought you what they doubt. We brought the truth, and we are the truthful. Tonight set off with your family following behind them. Let no one look back, but continue as you are told. We decided this for him. All traces of the sinners will be smashed when they wake up at dawn." The people of the town came excitedly to Lut's home. Lut told them, "These are my guests, so don't shame me. Fear Allah and don't disgrace me." They said, "Haven't we told you not to interfere in our affairs?" Lut said, "Here are my daughters if you must do something. Allah swears by your life, Muhammad, that they were reeling about in their drunkenness when the blast overtook them at sunrise, and we turned their town upside down and pelted them with stones of baked clay. In this are signs for the intelligent people. It is still visible along one of the established trade routes. Here are signs for the believers. The people of the woodland were evil, so we took vengeance on them, and both towns remain easily visible off an open highway. The people of the Hijr region called the messengers liars. We brought them our signs, but they turned away from them. They carved houses in the mountains, living safely, until the blast overtook them at dawn, and their wealth didn't benefit them in any way. We created the heavens, the earth, and what lies between them for a true purpose. Messenger, the final hour is coming. Pardon them graciously. Your Lord alone is the Creator, the Knower. We've given you 7 oft-recited verses and the Majestic Quran. Don't look longingly at worldly pleasures we gave some of their groups to enjoy, and don't be unhappy about them. Instead, take the believers under your wing and say, "I am a clear warner." We've already spoken regarding those who divided the scripture and those who abused the Quran. By your Lord, Messenger, we'll question them about what they did. So openly announce what you are commanded and turn away from the idolaters. We are sufficient for you against those who mock, who set up another God besides Allah. They will surely come to know. We know what they say distresses you, so glorify your Lord with praises and prostrate, and continue to worship your Lord until you die. Surat Al-Nahl, the Bee. In the name of Allah, the kind, the caring. Allah's inevitable judgment is coming, so don't wish for it to come sooner. Glory be to Him. He is far above anything they associate with Him. He sends down the angels with the revelation to His chosen servants to give warning, telling them, "There is no God but I, so fear me." He created the heavens and the earth for a purpose. He is far above what they associate with Him. He created humans from a drop of semen. So is that why humans are quarrelsome? He created the livestock to provide you wool for warmth, meat for you to eat, and much more. How beautiful they look when you bring them home in the evening and take them to the pastures in the morning. They carry your load from one city to another. Without them you would travel with great difficulty. Your Lord is compassionate and kind. He created the horse, the mule, and the donkey for you to ride, and they make you proud. And He created what you don't yet know. Allah has signposted the straight path, thus making it distinct from the wrong paths. Had He wished, He could have guided all. He sent water from the sky for you to drink and to grow the grasses on which cattle graze. With rainwater He grows crops, olives, dates, grapes, and every kind of fruit. In that are signs for those who reflect deeply. He created the night and the day for your benefit. The sun, the moon, and the stars all follow His command. In that are signs for those who understand. He produced objects of many colors on the earth for you. In that are signs for those who accept advice. For your benefit, He created the sea. From it you get fresh meat to eat and extract jewelry that you wear. You see the ships sailing over the waves to seek His gifts. so you may be thankful. He placed the mountains firmly on the earth, so it doesn't shake beneath you, made the rivers and the tracks so you can find your way, and many other signposts, including the stars for guiding the travelers. So how can the one who creates be like the one who can't create? Why don't you accept advice? If you were to count the gifts of Allah, you would not be able to count them. Allah is the forgiver, the kind. Allah knows what you hide and what you expose. The idols they worship besides Allah didn't create anything. In fact, they are created. They are dead, lifeless, and unaware of when they will be resurrected. Your God is one God. Those who don't believe in the hereafter have a heart that refuses to accept the truth because they are arrogant. Allah knows what they hide and what they reveal. He doesn't like the arrogant. When it is said to them, "What has your Lord revealed?" they say, "Stories of the ancient people." On Judgment Day they will carry the full burden, as well as the burden of those they misled naively. What a wretched burden they bear. Previously people had plotted, so Allah's punishment came and uprooted them from their foundations, and the roof fell from above them, and the punishment came from where they least expected. On Judgment Day they will be disgraced, and it will be asked, "Where are my associates that you used to disagree about?" The people given knowledge will say, "The evil and shame of this day is on the disbelievers." Those whose souls were taken by the angels when they were wronging themselves will fall into submission, saying, "We did no evil. Indeed, Allah knows well what you did. So go through the gates of hell to live there forever, a wretched place for the arrogant." When the devoutly pious are asked, "What did your Lord send down?" they answer, "He has revealed the best. Those who do good in this world will get the reward. Their home in the hereafter will be even better. And how excellent is the home of the pious. They will enter gardens of eternity with rivers flowing beneath them. They will have whatever they desire. That is how Allah rewards the pious. The ones whose souls were taken by the angels while they were in the state of purity, they will be greeted with, "Peace be on you. Enter paradise for what you used to do in the world." Are you waiting for the angels or your Lord's command to come down? Those before them did the same. Allah didn't wrong them, but they wronged themselves. The evil they have done caught up with them, and all they used to mock will engulf them as punishment. The idolaters will say, "If Allah wished, we wouldn't have worshipped anyone beside Him, neither our forefathers, nor we would have made anything unlawful without His permission." That's how those gone before them behaved. What else can the messengers do except give clear warning? Indeed, to every community we sent messengers who taught, "Worship Allah and turn away from idols." Some Allah guided, whilst others remained misguided. Travel around the earth and see the punishment of the deniers. Though you are keen to guide them, Allah will not guide the ones He's allowed to stray, and they will have no helpers. They swear their strongest oath that Allah will not raise them from the dead. But it is a true promise. He shall fulfill it, but most people don't realize. It is to explain to them the truth of what they differed in, and to show the disbelievers they were the liars. Whenever we wish something to happen, we say, "Be," and it becomes. Those who migrated for Allah's sake after facing persecution will soon settle in a pleasant place. But the reward of the hereafter will be greatest, if they knew. These are patient people who trust their Lord. We sent revelations to men before you. Ask those who have received the message if you don't know. They came with miracles and scriptures, and we sent down to you the majestic message so that you can explain to people what is revealed for them, so they may reflect. Are those who plan to do evil feeling safe from Allah's punishment? He may order the earth to swallow them up, or send unexpected punishment, or He may punish them whilst they are busy in their everyday jobs. They can't escape Him. Then again, He may punish them gradually through fear. Indeed, your Lord is the compassionate, the kind. Haven't they seen what Allah has created? How the shadows turn from right to left and left to right as though they are prostrating before Allah in complete submission. Everything in the heavens and the earth, the animals and the angels prostrate before Allah. They aren't arrogant, but frightened of their Lord above, and they do as they are told. Allah said, "Don't serve two gods. He is one God, so fear me alone. All that is in the heavens and the earth belongs to Him, and so obedience to Him is obligatory. So will you fear anyone other than Allah? All your property is gift from Allah. In hardship you turn to Him, moaning and groaning. He removes it. But some of you still associate others with your Lord, showing how ungrateful they are for the gifts we gave them. So enjoy for a while, but soon you will know. They assign a share of sustenance we gave them to their idols out of ignorance. By Allah, you will be questioned about your false practices. They assign daughters for Allah. Glory to Him. For themselves they want sons. When one of them is given the news of the birth of a girl, his face darkens, full of fuming anger. He hides from the community because of the bad news he received, feeling undecided. Will he keep her with shame or bury her in the dust? How immorally they judge. Those who don't believe in the hereafter set a bad example, and Allah the Exalted sets a good example. He is Almighty, wise. If Allah were to punish people right away for their wrongs, then there wouldn't be a single creature left. But He delays it until the fixed term, which can't be delayed nor brought forward. They allocate to Allah what they dislike themselves, yet they falsely claim that for themselves is all good. But let there be no doubt, the hellfire awaits them. They will be the first to be sent there. By Allah, we sent messengers to communities before you, but Satan made their deeds look attractive to them. So today he is their guardian, and for them will be painful punishment. We revealed the book so you can explain to them what they differed about. It's a guide that is beneficial for believers. Allah sends rain from the sky to revive the earth after its death. And that is a sign for those who listen. You have a lesson in livestock. We gave you a drink from inside their bellies. It is from between the bowels and blood. Pure milk, healthy nourishment for its drinkers. And you make juice from the fruits of dates and grapes, delicious and nourishing. And this is a sign for those who understand. Your Lord gave the bee an instinct to build hives in the mountains, the trees and buildings, inspiring her. Eat the nectar from different fruits and follow the ways of your Lord humbly. Then from its belly comes a syrup of different colors in which there is a healing for people. It is a sign for those who think. Allah created you and will let you die. Some of you will turn back to frail old age, turning senile. That is after having known they will know nothing at all. Allah is the knower and powerful. He gave some more provisions than others. Those given more are unwilling to share their provisions with their slaves in case they become their equals. How can they deny the gifts of Allah? Allah made for you spouses from your own kind, and from them gave you sons and grandchildren, and provided you nourishing sustenance. How can they accept falsehood and deny Allah's gifts? They worship helpless idols instead of Allah that can't provide them with any provisions from heaven or the earth. So don't make images of Allah. Allah knows, but you don't know. Allah gives you an example. A slave who is the helpless property of his master, and on the other hand a man blessed with gifts from which he gives in charity, secretly and openly. Are they equal? All praise is for Allah, but most don't recognize. Allah gives you another example of two men. One of them is dumb, helpless, and a burden to his master. Whatever task he sets him, he fails miserably. Can he be equal to the man who commands justice and is on the straight path? Allah knows the secret of the heavens and the earth. The coming of the hour of judgment will be as quick as the glance of an eye, or quicker, and Allah is in command of all things. Allah brought you out from your mother's wombs not knowing anything, and then gave you hearing, sight, and a mind, so you may be thankful. Haven't they seen birds flying in the sky? It is Allah who keeps them afloat. In this are signs for true believers. Allah made for you homes to live in, and from the skins of animals you make tents that are light for you to carry about when traveling and camping. And from their wool, fur and hair you make furnishings that last for years. Allah made shade to protect you from what He has created, like the places of shelter in the hillside, and made for you clothes that protect you from heat, and armor that protects you in battle. Allah gave you His gifts so that you may submit to Him. But if they turn away, your job is only to deliver the clear message. They know Allah's blessings but fail to recognize them. Most of them are ungrateful. We will pick a witness from each community that day. The disbelievers won't be allowed to plead ignorance nor to repent. When the wrongdoers see the punishment, they will realize that it will not be lightened, nor will they be given respite. When the idolaters see their idols, they will say, "Our Lord, these are our idols we worship besides you." But they will reply angrily, "Indeed, you are liars." That day they will submit before Allah and abandon what they had invented as gods. Those people who disbelieved and stopped others from Allah's path, their punishment will be increased many times over because they were rebellious. On that day, we will pick a witness from each community against them. We will bring you as a witness against them all. We reveal to you a glorious book that explains the truth about all things. It is guidance, a kindness, and good news for the Muslims. Allah commands justice, generosity, and giving to relatives. He forbids indecency, all kinds of evil and cruelty. He teaches you. Perhaps you will accept advice. Fulfill Allah's pledge, and once you made Allah a witness of your promise, don't break it after confirming it. Allah knows what you do. Sometimes you make promises to deceive others. Don't be like the woman who tears to pieces the cloth she spun, so you might make more profit than others. Surely Allah will test you by this, and on Judgment Day He will make clear what you were disagreeing about. If Allah wanted, He could have made you all one community of believers, but He lets go astray anyone who wants to do so, and guides anyone who wants to be guided. You will be questioned about your deeds. Don't take oaths to deceive others. This will shake you after being steadfast, and you must taste the evil consequences of stopping people from Allah's path, and there will be grievous punishment for you. Don't sell Allah's pledge for a small price. What Allah has for you is good if you knew. Whatever you have will perish, but what is with Allah will continue, and we will certainly give the patient people their reward for what they did. Whoever, whether male or female, does good deeds while being a true believer, we shall bless them with a happy life and give them reward equal to their beautiful deeds. When you start reading the Majestic Quran, seek Allah's protection from the rejected Satan. He has no influence over believers who trust in their Lord, but he does have influence on those who befriend him and the idolaters. When we change a verse in place of another, of course, Allah knows well what He reveals. They say, "You have made it up." Nay, most of them don't know. Say, "The Holy One, Angel Jibreel, has gradually brought it down from your Lord truthfully to strengthen the morale of the believers. It is guidance and good news for the Muslims." We know they will say, "A certain man teaches it to him," yet the language of the one they point to is foreign, whilst this Quran is in plain Arabic. If people don't believe in Allah's revelation, Allah will not guide them. For them will be painful punishment. Those who don't believe in Allah's verses invented lies. They are liars. The one who disbelieves Allah after believing Him, except the one who is forced and his heart remains secure in faith, their hearts accept disbelief. For them is Allah's fury and a grievous punishment, because they prefer worldly life over the hereafter, and Allah doesn't guide the disbelievers. He has sealed their hearts, hearing and seeing, and they are neglectful. No doubt in the hereafter they will be the losers. Your Lord is forgiving and was kind towards those who migrated after persecution and kept struggling and remained patient. That day everyone will plead for himself, and everyone will be fully rewarded for what they did, and no one will be wronged. Allah gives an example of a city where people believed they were safe and comfortable, as plenty of goods came from all directions, but they were unthankful for Allah's gifts. Therefore Allah punished them with famine and fear for what they did. A messenger from them came, but they denied him, so punishment came to them whilst they were doing wrong. So eat from lawful pure sustenance and be thankful for Allah's gifts if you worship Him alone. He has forbidden for you carrion, blood, pork, and anything slaughtered without invoking Allah's name. However, the one in dire need is exempt from this. If he eats without the intention of disobeying and transgressing, Allah is forgiving and kind. Don't make things up to say, this is lawful and this is unlawful, thereby inventing a lie about Allah. Those who invent lies about Allah will not succeed. This is unfair. For them is a painful punishment. What is forbidden for the Jews has been narrated previously to you. We didn't wrong them, but they wronged themselves. Those who ignorantly committed evil, then repented, and afterwards reformed themselves, will find your Lord to be forgiving and kind. Ibrahim was an exemplary leader, obedient to Allah, pure in faith, and didn't associate anything with Allah. He was thankful for his gifts, so Allah selected him and guided him on the straight path. We gave him the best in the world, and in the hereafter he will be among the righteous. We revealed to you, follow Ibrahim's religion, the faith in pure who wasn't an idolater. The rules of Sabbath were made obligatory only on those who differed about it. Your Lord will decide between them on Judgment Day concerning their disagreements. Invite to your Lord's way wisely, teaching in a pleasant manner and debating with courtesy. Your Lord knows the one who strayed from his way and the one who guided. If you retaliate, then do so to the same extent. But if you are patient, that would be better. Being patient is good. Be patient. Your patience is Allah's gift. Don't grieve over them, nor distress yourself because of their plotting. Allah is with the mindful and the righteous. Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings with you all. Thank you for visiting our channel. Please remember us in your du'as. If you enjoy listening to this translation of the Holy Quran, please consider subscribing and sharing our efforts with everyone and anyone. May Allah accept this effort of ours as sadaqah for us and our loved ones, and make it a means of our success in this life and the Akhira. Ameen, summa Ameen.